Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your English speaking and writing skills. In today's video, we're going to talk about subject-verb agreement with collective nouns. This is the second part in my new series on subject-verb agreement. In part 1 of this series, you learned that singular subjects need singular verbs, and plural subjects need plural verbs. You also learned about irregular plurals and compound subjects with and. So in today's video, we will explore collective nouns. We'll discuss if collective nouns are plural or singular. And we'll also discuss some differences between American and British English. If you haven't watched part 1, I've linked you to that in the description below. Or you can click on the button in the top right-hand corner and watch that video first. First of all, what are collective nouns? A collective noun is a term used to represent a group or collection of people, animal, or things. The interesting thing about collective nouns is that they function as a unit, even though there are multiple people, or animals, or things inside that unit. Let me explain what this means with pictures. So this is a normal noun, an athlete, and there's one athlete, so it's a singular noun. When we add an S, we have athletes, referring to more than one athlete, and this is a plural noun. Well, a collective noun is team, for example. You can see there are many athletes on the team, but usually team is considered singular, even though there are many people on the team. This is a singular collective noun because we also have teams with an S, and this is a plural collective noun. We have the blue team and the red team. So let's talk a bit about singular versus plural collective nouns. Here's a normal noun. The athlete is running. We have a singular noun, so we use a singular verb. The athletes are training. Here we have a plural noun, so we use plural form of the verb to be. Now here we have a collective noun. The team has a match on Friday. And you can see that we've used the singular form of the verb have. The team has. It has a match on Friday, not the team have, because we're referring to the team as a single unit. It has a match on Friday. Now, if we used a plural collective noun, the teams are waiting the referee's final decision. Well, in this case, we're talking about two teams, so we use the plural form, are. The teams are waiting the referee's final decision. So a plural collective noun takes a plural verb, and a singular collective noun usually takes a singular verb. I encourage you to watch this entire video so you can understand exactly what I mean by this. Let's look at another example of a plural collective noun. This is a difficult one for many people. The family is Irish. We're talking about one family. The family is Irish. We use the singular form of the verb to be. Now, if we're talking about multiple families, the families are Irish and French, because we're talking about two families, the Irish family and the French family. So when does a singular collective noun take a plural verb? Or does it ever take a plural verb? Now, this can depend if you're speaking American English or British English, so pay attention till the end of this video. So when the members within the collective noun act as a group, they're acting together as one, making one decision or doing one action, we use a singular verb. For example, my family is playing a board game. So my family is one unit. The members of my family, we act as a group, as a single unit. We're doing this activity all together as one. However, the members within the collective noun can act as individuals. And when this is the case, and the members within the group are acting separately or acting as individuals and not doing the same thing, or they disagree, we can use a plural verb. For example, my family are disagreeing about the rules. In this case, the focus is on different members of the family have different opinions and they are arguing. So in this case, we could use a plural verb to emphasize that the members are acting as individuals and they have different opinions. Now, this is a little difficult, and not all English-speaking countries follow this rule, so keep watching to understand more. More examples of collective nouns acting as a group, where we use a singular verb, and collective nouns acting as individuals, when we could use a plural verb. The band is playing at the concert tonight. Band is also a collective noun. There are multiple people in the group. The band are tuning their individual instruments before the concert. For example, one member is tuning his guitar. Another member is tuning his piano. So we are referring to the group, but they are acting as individuals within the group. The jury decides the verdict unanimously. Here, we're referring to the jury of a court, and they've decided he is guilty. They've made this decision as a group, as a single unit. Let's compare that with this sentence. The jury are split in their decision. Some members of the jury believe he is innocent, and other members believe he is guilty. And so, because they're not acting as a group with one opinion, we can use a plural verb, are, instead of is. Another example, the class is going on a field trip. The class are working on their projects independently. Let's say it's a science class. Some students in the class are writing essays. Other students are doing experiments. They are working on their projects independently and not together. And in this case, we could use the plural verb are instead of is working. Now, this is very important. This usage is more common in British English. In American English, a singular verb is usually preferred in both cases. So in American English, they would say the class is working on their projects independently, or the band is tuning their individual instruments before the concert. Whereas in British English, it's more common to use the plural verb in this case when the group acts as individuals. So the most important thing is to be consistent. And if you are not sure which one to use, it's probably safest to use the singular verb because that is most common. Usually, we use a singular verb after a collective noun. It's only in very rare cases that we would use or need to use a plural verb because usually the collective noun is acting as a group. Now let's talk about quantifying expressions and a collective noun plus of plus a plural noun. So in English, we often use collective nouns followed by of and a plural noun to describe specific quantities or groups of things or animals. For example, a herd of sheep, a pack of wolves, a bunch of grapes, a stack of books. In English, we use certain collective nouns when referring to certain animals or certain things. we would not say a pack of sheep. We always say a herd of sheep. So a herd refers to multiple sheep, and a pack refers to multiple wolves. So in the context of subject-verb agreement, the verb must agree with the collective noun, which is usually considered singular because it refers to a group as a single entity. For example, a herd of sheep is crossing the road, not a herd of sheep are crossing the road. A herd is. A pack of wolves is howling under the moonlight. A pack is, not a pack are. So we use singular verbs with collective nouns. Even though we have a plural noun here, we are referring to the collective noun. That's the subject. And as I taught you before, when we consider the group as a single entity, we use a singular verb. So a team of engineers is working on the project. Even though engineers is plural, we are referring to the team. The team is the subject. Now, when we consider the individuals within the group acting independently, we typically use a plural verb. Now again, this is more common in British English. I'm Canadian, and we use a mixture of American English and British English. So, a team of engineers are working on different parts of the project. If we compare these sentences, you can see in the second sentence, we are emphasizing that the engineers are each working on something different, and so we use the plural form of the verb. And once again, this is common in British English. In American English, they would likely say a team of engineers is working on different parts of the project. Now, very important, the noun following of is always in plural form. Always. We say a stack of books, not a stack of book. Because if it's just one book, it's not a stack. It's just a book. A pack of wolves, not a pack of wolf. Okay? Now let's look at some other common collective nouns. We'll start with people. Group, team, family, class, crowd, staff, choir, company, band, audience. Let's look at animals. A herd of elephants, for example, a flock of birds, a pack of wolves, a colony of ants, a school of fish, a litter of kittens, a brood of hens, a swarm of bees, a pride of lions, a gaggle of geese. And let's look at things. A batch of cookies, a stack of books, a bunch of grapes, a bundle of sticks, a set of keys, a pack of cards, a pair of shoes, a pile of clothes, a fleet of ships, a collection of stamps. There are many more collective nouns in English, and these are some of the common ones in each category. So now it's time for our quiz. There are 10 questions in total, and you have to correct any mistakes of subject-verb agreement in these sentences. Number 1, the team of scientists is working on individual research projects. Number 2, the group of students are excited about the upcoming field trip. Number 3, a pride of lions stalk its prey in the grasslands. Number 4, the family is looking forward to moving to Australia. Number 5, the rock band are playing at 3 different venues next week. Number 6, a fleet of ships sails across the horizon. Number 7, the choir sing a beautiful song at the Christmas concert. Number 8, the government are planning to introduce new laws. Number 9, the families are from Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden. Finally, number 10, the committee meets every month to discuss issues. Now let's correct these together. Number 1 should be the team of scientists are working on individual research projects. Now, again, the subject is team, which usually uses a singular verb. But because the emphasis is on the scientists doing different things within the group, we use a plural verb. Again, this is common in British English. Number 2 is incorrect. The group of students are excited about the upcoming field trip. This should be is excited. The group is excited about the upcoming field trip. And this sentence is different from the first sentence because we are referring to the collective noun as one unit. The group is excited. It's different from number 1, where the focus is on individuals within the group performing different actions. So the correct answer is. Number 3 is incorrect. A pride of lions stalk its prey in the grasslands. It should be stalks. A pride of lions stalks its prey. And that's because the collective noun is pride. A pride stalks its prey. We have to use a singular verb because the subject is pride, not lions. Number 4 is correct. The family is looking forward to moving to Australia. Number 5 is incorrect. The rock band is playing at 3 different venues next week. We need a singular verb because this is a singular collective noun. Number 6 is correct. A fleet of ships sails across the horizon. Fleet is a collective noun, and that is the subject, so we need a singular verb. Number 7 is incorrect. It should be sings. The choir sings a beautiful song at the Christmas concert. Number 8 is incorrect. The government is planning to introduce new laws. Government is another collective noun. Number 9 is correct. The families are from Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden. We have different families, and we're using plural collective noun. And finally, number 10 is also correct. The committee meets every month to discuss issues. Okay, let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 10, and if this was difficult for you, or if you have any questions at all. Make sure to subscribe for more English lessons, and you can check out my full series on Subject-Verb Agreement, in addition to other grammar lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next lesson.